Welcome to our video. Today's Car Coffee Chat is going to be all about the history of the RV. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and click that subscription button. Follow us. We're going through the journey of selling everything and moving into an RV. It's taking us about 2 years, but right now we've already completed 6 months of that. And guess what? My husband purged some of his clothes last night.
I did.
Yeah. So this video is going to be our monthly car coffee chat for February. And we do this once a month. We also do a money financial summary each month of what we've paid off, what we sold, what we got rid of. And then the other videos, we basically are covering the different things that are going on in our lives. And if you'd like to join us, we would love it. So again, click subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you can watch our videos as soon as they come out. All right, let's get started. We've already had our coffee this morning, so I'm actually now on an iced tea.
I still have mine. It's in the back.
Do you want it?
I'm driving, and I don't have any cup holders, so no, I don't want it.
Because I use all the cup holders.
Yes. The passenger uses all the cup holders.
And the other passengers don't have any cup holders now.
Yeah. That's because it's my car. Okay. Today's Car Coffee Chat is going to be on a very interesting topic, actually. We started wondering about when did RVing even start? And we found an awesome article that I'm going to link down below on the Smithsonian Magazine website. So I have it here on the iPad, and I'm going to read some facts from it. My nose itches.
Really interesting stuff.
I'm going to read some facts from it. So the biggest thing for us is we started talking about when did we even have any experience with RVs originally.
Yeah.
So you go first, talk about your childhood and then into your 20s, into what we got married when we were 26.
Okay, I don't remember what grade it was, but when I was in grade school somewhere, I'll just put it that way, I had experience with a Class C motorhome. How about that? Okay, and then when I was in my 20s, I had experience with some luxurious Class A motorhomes. Not that I got to stay in one, but that I got to go through them and look at them. Some friends, not friends, but people we had met had one.
All right. And when I was about 7, we had a truck camper as a family. I just remember it because of a picture, but I don't remember the experience of it. And then in my 20s, I didn't know anybody that had an RV. Except my grandfather drove. He was a paid driver for a wealthy family that had a Class A. We did get to visit it one time, and that was exciting, but other than that, nothing. So going into our marriage in our mid-20s, we never talked about doing RV life. That was not even for camping. We were not campers.
Right.
Right?
Well, I was. You weren't.
Okay, yeah, we weren't gonna be
I did
campers.
all kinds of camping when I was a kid.
Yeah, and so that wasn't an option. We weren't gonna do that.
I even did a horseback trip when I was a kid. For a week on a horse.
I don't like bugs, so we weren't gonna do that. So, and then we went into truck driving and we lived the nomadic lifestyle, but we didn't associate that with camping because we were working. So
Right.
we lived a limited lifestyle on the road, moving all the time, limited availability of where we could park the truck and trailer, but we still never associated that with a camping lifestyle because we didn't camp.
RV, right, yeah.
Right, RVing.
RVing.
Now, we do have, Brian has a brother and sister-in-law, our sister-in-law, they have had a travel trailer for probably over a decade. And we've always known about it, but we never did anything with them. They live in a different state, and so we never did anything with them. And my sister and her husband got a Class A, a used one, actually, for a real good deal. And I think they've gone out in it into local areas, but
places,
it's not. We visited, we saw it one time. Again, nothing until this recent last year, where we said, oh my gosh, this is what we're gonna do, right? So that's our history for that. So we wanted to read through a small amount of this RV history to let you guys know, because it's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's really fascinating.
Yeah. So in 1915, the Back to Nature movement started. So that's kind of interesting that it was that far ago, right?
Yeah.
That long ago. It helps if the words come up on the page. Okay. So the very first, this is interesting, the very first motorhome that existed was built by, what was the?
Roland and Mary Collins?
Conklin. Yeah. In August of 1915, the press, the media, followed their journey from Huntington, New York to San Francisco, and it was a 2-month journey. And what they did was they took a bus and remodified it. Back in this article, they call them tinkerers. And so they tinkered with this bus and put bunks in it, a cooler, an ice box, a rooftop garden, and I'll post a picture right here of that.
They had a generator too.
They had a generator, yeah. And so it sounds pretty interesting, and it became known as the gypsy van, which I think is kind of funny. That
incandescent lighting.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
In 1875, there was a book called Popular Resorts and How to Reach Them, where the author John Bockelder identified 3 modes of camping. So there was 1, on foot or backpacking, 2, on horseback, which allowed you to take more stuff. And then 3 was with a horse and wagon, okay? What happened is when incomes rose, car sales exploded, which then created a new opportunity for campers. And there was an industry that started called, what was it called?
Well, there were tent trailers.
Tent trailers. And basically they carried tents, sleeping bags, cooking equipment, and people would like modify and make their own, right? They wanted to add stuff to cars.
So that was just something to carry your camping equipment in.
Right. And so
that was the first. Okay.
This is funny. In 1923, these 2 gentlemen, they look like they might have been brothers. Their last name was Long. Looks like they wrote in a magazine called Motor Camping. They declared that urban Americans were possessed of the desire to be somewhere else. I think that is so funny. In 1923.
Still going on today.
Yeah, it is still going on today. So tent trailering had its setbacks. It took forever to set it up.
Yeah.
Right? Arthur Sherman was disillusioned with the whole tent trailering situation because he was told it would take like 5 minutes. You could stay dry in this. It was easy to set up. Well, when they went to go use it, a thunderstorm hit. It took them over an hour to set it up, and they all got soaked. So he decided, I am going to fix that. I am going to go create myself something that's better. Yeah. So he spent $500. He built a 6x9 box out of masonite. And it basically had, a stove, an ice box, bunks, incandescent lighting. They kept commenting that was important to know, that there was incandescent lighting. And he created this and loved it. And he decided, wow, maybe I should build these. So the following year, he built 2 of them. One he gave to a friend. The other one, he went to, what was it? The Detroit Auto Show. And he listed it for $400. And he ended up selling 118 units at that show and realized, wow, this is a huge industry. So it looks like he says here, so his daughters or his children called it the Covered Wagon. So his company was called Covered Wagon Company. And they ended up, by the end of the 1930s, the solid body industry was producing more than 20,000 units per year, and tent trailers basically disappeared. Because, who would want a tent trailer after being able to haul a box, to your place?
You just open the door and get in and you're camping.
Yeah.
Versus having to do all the setup and stuff.
Now it says Arthur Sherman's solid body trailer quickly gained acceptance for 2 principal reasons. First, Sherman was in the right place at the right time with the right idea. And I want to do a side note here. The man was willing to take a risk. He saw that there might be an opportunity, and I think that so many people that are willing to take a risk and have all of a sudden this brainstorm, many times they see success because of that, because they're willing to really go against what everybody else is already doing and create something new.
Yeah.
Right? And one of the other things in this article that they talk about is that the camping industry changed every time there was an advancement.
They kind of emphasize the fact that it was when materials were created to make camping more convenient,
Yeah.
then camping brought out new products.
Right. So,
Camping industry.
I mean, originally there was no porta potty, right?
I'm sure there wasn't.
They just dug
Maybe
all.
we should do a history on porta potties.
Yeah.
When did they get started?
Next video, history of porta potties. So this was started, apparently, the Great Lakes states had the highest concentration of campers. In southern Michigan was the automobile industry hub, and so a wide range of parts and skilled labor were in that area. And it said, especially once the Depression dampened demand for new automobiles, then camping just continued to rise. But keep in mind, also, at that time, there still was going to be the wealthy had the motorhomes, and the average person had the campers. It was saying that in the beginning, motorhomes were only owned by the wealthy because they were the only ones that had 2 weeks off to go on vacation.
Oh, and what was interesting is that Mary and Roland, when they took out their gypsy wagon, their gypsy van, they had a motorcycle on it.
Yeah.
That was their mode of transportation.
It was a toy hauler.
Wherever, yeah, it was an early toy hauler.
Yeah.
That's right, it was.
In 1915. Yeah. So now it says that today's 34-foot Class A motorhome is the version of the Conklin's gypsy van, and fifth-wheel toy haulers with pop-outs are descendants of Arthur Sherman's covered wagon. Maybe we should name our trailer Covered Wagon. Yeah. No. Okay. All right. Between 1915 and 1930, Americans' desire to escape modern life's pressures by traveling into nature intersected with their yearning to enjoy the comforts of modern life while they were there. This contradiction might have produced only frustration, but tinkering, creativity, and love of autos instead gave us recreational vehicles. I think it's interesting that people have desired to get back to nature for over a century now. And we've just changed the mode of transportation. There are people that all they want to do is backpacking and hiking, right? They want to just be able to take their backpack and get out of the car and go, right? They want to camp in the woods with no protection, and then
sleeping bag, that's it.
Yeah, and then you've got your campers that maybe are Eagle Scouts or Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts that can easily easily survive out there. I couldn't survive. So I only lasted a year in Girl Scouts. What did you do when you were a kid?
I did a thing called Pathfinders.
For how many years?
Probably about 5.
Okay, all right. So we've taught our daughter to live the nomadic lifestyle while living on a semi. That was about it. We did go camping one time. Oh, we'll have to tell you our camping story. In the last couple of years, we went camping one time.
Yeah, I would.
So I actually know a couple that owns a pig sanctuary. These are potbelly pigs that live in the sanctuary. It's a non-profit organization. They have, I think now, like 89 pigs. They rescue pigs from around the South, and they were doing a fundraising event, and I was the photographer.
It was called...
What was it called?
A night
under
the stars with the swine.
A night under the stars with the swine. They did not actually
Sleeping under the stars.
They did not actually sleep with us.
Not us, no.
No. We got to feed them though and all that.
And
But
they would pester us.
There was one tent when we got up in the morning that there was a pig in the people's tent.
Okay.
You camped out in the pasture where the swine were, and when we got up in the morning, none of them came into our tent, but I did see when I got up in the morning that some people had a pig in their tent, and they would come and just walk around and walk all over your stuff while you're setting up or putting things away, and it rained Our tent leaked.
It was
Other
terrible.
people's tents leaked. Yeah.
It was my worst
Was
camping
not a
experience
good
ever to be my
night's
only
sleep.
camping experience, and then
What are y'all talking about? It was nice. It did not leak the entire time. It didn't rain the entire time.
let's just say we didn't sleep because
Y'all
we didn't sleep. It was an adventure, but for the first time for me camping, it poured the whole time. So yeah, I'm much more looking forward to a little house on wheels, for sure, for sure.
With an espresso maker in it.
Well, that'll be for you. So I hope you guys have enjoyed learning a little bit about the RV history. Comment below and let us know, what was your experience, your first time RVing? Was it as a kid? Was it in your 20s? Did you ever have a dream when you were a kid to own one in the future? Because some people kind of grow up in those families where they have a travel trailer and it's stored at a storage unit and they go traveling, you know, I don't know what, 6 weeks out of the year, or once a summer or whatever. But our families, our families had a sailboat, so we didn't have campers.
We
so
had
I guess
horses.
You had horses.
Yeah, we had horseback.
Right now we are driving from Texas to Arkansas, and we're seeing all kinds of RV parks, like everywhere. Now, all of a sudden that we are paying attention to RVs, it's like every single place you start seeing RV parks popping up all over the place.
Yeah.
But it's, what is that whole mental thing where once you decide to buy a certain
start
thing,
thinking about something, you
Once
see it
think
everywhere.
About something, you notice it more.
right? We are going to let you guys go.
Hey, you know
This isn't a phone
that
call.
puts a whole new twist on that out of sight, out of mind thing.
Okay.
It's actually out of mind, out of sight.
So explain
Right.
yourself.
Well, when you're thinking about something, you see it more often. Like, hey, I'm going to buy a Dodge 3500. And then all of a sudden...
No, we're buying a Ford F350.
You missed the Buffalo.
And then all of a sudden you start seeing Dodge F350. Or, see, now you got me saying the
A
wrong...
Dodge F350.
A Dodge 3500.
Ford F350.
Dodge Ram 3500 dually.
Ford
Mega
F350.
cab with a 12-inch screen.
I'll put a link right up here to our discussion over
little
what pickup
7-inch
truck we're going to be
screen.
purchasing. He wants to buy a pickup truck based on the size of the screen.
Dude, it's like having an 11.9-inch iPad on your dash.
It's a 10.5-inch iPad or a 12.9-inch iPad.
Okay, a 12.9-inch. Excuse
Daddy.
me. What?
Just duct tape the iPad to the
To the Ford?
Take your iPad and just duct tape it right there. There you go. Good idea, Olivia.
Thanks,
Good
Olivia.
idea.
Thanks.
You're good at solving problems. I love it. I love it. All right.
I'll get the Gorilla Tape so it's black and matches the dash.
Yeah.
There we go.
So at any point, I should have mentioned this in the very beginning of the video. Yes, my hair, two things. My hair is darker. I just had it redone and I had a bunch of pretty colors put in it. And
Darling,
that's
it
me.
looks
My vibrancy
marvelous.
is shown. Yes, my vibrancy is shown in my hair. And so through my videos, I will always look a smidge different. And number two, I have this nice scratch on my face and my glasses actually, because I was at a store yesterday and a light fixture fell and scratched me across the face. So now I am what we call Scarface.
Scarface.
Yeah. So it won't be here for the next video, I don't think. Ooh, we're passing a Ford dealership. Honey, look at those dualies. Oh, they've got a red dually. Let's turn around.
Oh, and they have a fifth wheel in the parking lot too.
Ooh, what? They did? Oh, okay. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe. We still have a high percentage of our viewers that have not subscribed. So actually, maybe I should say that in the beginning of the video.
Yeah, it could be.
Hi.
Hi. Bloopers.
Oh, my goodness.
Sound like a cow. Hi.
Oh, honey.
Hello and welcome to our video.
All right, you go ahead and start. Ready? Welcome him to the car coffee.
I can't, I'm laughing now.
Okay. I'll start, okay?